Good evening, everybody. Ethan Stieber here with Stieber Weather Forecasting. Happy Veterans Day 2024 to all of you. Thank you to all those who have served our country, either past or present. Let's dive in. We're going to talk a little bit of weather. I know it's been about a month and a half since I posted a long-range forecast video, but we're going to hop back into the swing of things. In lieu of that, I want to bring your attention to the YouTube channel, Stieber Weather Forecasting. That's probably where you're watching this video right now. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for the YouTube channel. We've got a lot of updates and exciting things happening here at Stieber Weather Forecasting that I want to make sure you see all the updates as quick as I post them. So make sure, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, like and follow the Facebook page as well to make sure you are up to date with all the latest forecast information here for southeastern Illinois. Let's talk a little bit of weather, shall we? Up on your screen right now is the 500 millibar winds. So this is showing us the jet stream winds about 500 millibars up, or a couple thousand feet rather, up in the atmosphere. As we go through the rest of this week, notice we'll see a little disturbance come through the area on about Wednesday into Thursday. Here that is right now. You'll see a little bit of a disturbance. That'll bring with it some showers, maybe an isolated rumble of thunder or two, although I don't think thunderstorms are really going to be a big issue for the day on Wednesday into Thursday. As we go into next week, however, notice we'll bring a little bit of warmer air in for the weekend before this big trough sets up to eject across the central U.S. by early next week. And that will set the stage for maybe some stronger showers or thunderstorms, maybe even some severe weather as we go into about the 19th or the 20th of November. That sets us up for about next Tuesday or Wednesday. Notice here is this big bowling ball trough. Anytime you see big troughs like this ejecting across the United States, anytime on the east side, especially where the winds are cranking just a little bit stronger, that's where we could see the potential for some stronger storms. So stay tuned, especially next week, as this particular weather pattern comes into a little bit better focus. Let's take a look at simulated radar. This is what the radar could look like as we go into the future here on a national scale. Here's that disturbance coming through for the day on Thursday. Notice this is Wednesday afternoon into the day on Thursday. Best chance of rain and overall precip looks to stay south into Kentucky. However, I'll show you the forecast rainfall rates here in just a minute. Probably farther to the south and to the east, we'll have the best chance of the highest precip totals in our neck of the woods. As we go later on into the weekend looks great if you have any outdoor activities to get done. Temperatures will look to be just a little bit above average as we go into the weekend. Before here comes our next disturbance for the day. This is towards noon on Tuesday. And we'll see kind of a line of showers and thunderstorms look to set up across the area, maybe later in the day, Tuesday night and on into Wednesday. That's associated with that big bowling ball trough that'll eject eastward into the central U.S. by next week. So stay tuned for updates on that. Something else that I want you to take a note of on these forecast maps, anytime you see these red and blue lines, these just indicate temperature differences. The 540 line, you'll hear me talk about, especially when we get into the winter months and talking about rain versus snow versus ice and what that all entails. The 540 line is basically the 32 degree freezing line across for 2 meter temperatures, basically temperatures at ground level. So this trough does look to bring with it definitely some cooler air, indicated especially the snow you see in Minnesota. That'll make its way down into Iowa, at least according to this model. So we could be in for some colder air, especially as we get into the latter part of next week. Stay tuned for all the updates on that. A little bit closer to home now, if we look at updated and a little bit more higher resolution radar. This is the 3 kilometer NAM model, another higher resolution model that we use. As we go into the future, hour by hour, notice as we get into the day on Wednesday, here comes that rain approaching from the west and the south. It'll make its way up here. This is noon on Wednesday. Notice maybe some rain starting to come into areas south of I-70. That'll overtake the area by Wednesday evening, or by Tuesday evening rather, and Wednesday, before it starts to move out of here in the day on Thursday. Rainfall amounts don't look to be huge out of this, but some more beneficial rain to help with the drought conditions. The current ensemble projections for rainfall look to be anywhere in the 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch range. Again, further south and east you are in the coverage area, you're going to get probably those higher rainfall totals. Lastly, we'll leave you with the Climate Prediction Center outlooks for the entire United States. This is the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, valid November 17th through the 21st. This is next Sunday through the middle of next week. Climate Prediction Center sees a little bit above average temperatures and definitely above average on the precip, with that active weather pattern staying in our neck of the woods. 8 to 14 day outlook moderates the temperatures just a little bit to maybe slightly above average. I think definitely once we go into the latter part of next week, we're going to see those temperatures begin to go slightly below average, and maybe even into the 30s a little bit or lower as we get into next weekend. And the 8 to 14 precip outlook still keeps us in that active weather path with some above average precipitation. So overall, rain chances for the day on Thursday look to be fairly likely, Wednesday into Thursday, and then moderating temperatures as we go into the weekend before an active weather pattern returns for the latter part of next week.